What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got some board breaking duels for you guys to check out. These are going to be duels that show off what happens when your opponent has the perfect set of answers for even the best turn one boards you could ever imagine. We got an anti-meta deck at the top, and it's going to be dueling against Dragon Link. I've seen Dragon Link in countless duels. I've seen a lot of what they make turn one. This is, in my opinion, probably the strongest Dragon Link board I've ever seen in my life. It is absolutely phenomenal what he is going to accomplish, and we know that Dragon Link is basically Ib Turbo deck, very similar to how a lot of Warrior decks are kind of like Ice Soul Turbo decks. So you're obviously looking to summon Ib as quickly as possible. Then generally you go into some Guard Dragon plays. Thank goodness that the Agripane is banned. He actually went into Striker Dragon, very interesting. That will get him the field spell for Rocket's Revolve Boot Sector, I believe it's called. Boot Sector launch, excuse me. Anyways, he is going to continue on, and again, this is going to be an incredibly just nuts turn one. He's using some cards that you're not used to seeing. Ultimaya to Zul'Gin card is amazing still, because it can pull Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon out of your extra deck for free. So basically it was the original Agripane, I guess you could call it. He is going to go for some Exceed plays as well, going into that Titanic Galaxy. I've always thought it was weird that number 38 is a dragon. It's just, it looks like a machine. Like, come on, it does not look like a dragon. He is going to continue going with the Nightmare Griffin, which can obviously be a pain in the butt for your opponent, but he is not done yet. He's going to summon Rocket Tracer from his deck, Delindrous Dragon, gonna go for Apollousa, and now that he has the 2/4s on field, including a tuner, he can also go for Borreload Savage Dragon. I mean, this is an insanely solid board. Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, Apollousa, and Borreload Savage Dragon to negate monster effects. Also, you have a little bit of, not negation with Nightmare Griffin, but obviously like disruption. Your opponent can't use the effects of like special summon monsters unless they're linked up. You also have spell and trap negation, because Savage Dragon can be spell and trap negation, and your number 38 is your spell negation as well. So this is a stupidly strong field. However, we do see the Super Poly, and I wasn't really sure Super Poly was going to get the job done here. He is going to open with it. I thought, okay, go for Super Poly. He does it in the main phase, probably should have did it in the draw phase. He's actually going to go for Mud Dragon as his Super Poly target. Now, the interesting thing about this play, he could have used Mud Dragon in two different ways, because his opponent did have two light monsters that were different types, but he also had two wind monsters. Apollousa and Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon are both wind attribute. This was just weird to me, and this is the getting baited part. He activates Mage Power targeting the Mud Dragon, and he's actually going to get him to use his Savage Dragon negate. I didn't understand this, because at best this thing would have become 2900 attack, right? Now let's just say, because I was thinking maybe he thought his opponent had two more spells and traps in his hands, it would have only been 3900, so it wouldn't have been stronger than Savage Dragon anyways. So even at a best case scenario, Savage Dragon could have just ran over it during his next turn. So I thought that was just a huge mistake. He's going to negate it. And then he has the perfect follow-up, the Moon Mirror Shield. Now it's stronger than any monster on the field at any given time, because it gains that attack during the battle phase. I guess he didn't realize how Moon Mirror Shield works. He attacks his Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon, and he's like, surely this can't die. But yes, it does die, because that's how Moon Mirror Shield works. His Apollousa is now pretty much useless. He is going to finally activate the Extravagance, and he's going to get rid of the boot launch. Okay, so that's gone. And now he has Fossil Dyna, icing on the cake. He is going to top deck an out to Fossil Dyna, but he doesn't have an out to the actual Moon Mirror Shield. This duel gets a little weird at this point. Him using the effect failure on the rocket monster, it's just a little bizarre to me, but he keeps top decking these anti-meta monsters like Amano Iwata and all this other good stuff. These cards can just do work, and I don't think that he is the Dragon Link player probably is not long for this world. Even with the Monster Reborn, actually no, here's the interesting thing. He top decked Monster Reborn, and I think that he could have actually outed this. He top decks Monster Reborn, and he goes for 38. 38 might have been the only card that could have actually got him out of this situation. He is going to use Effect Failure on it, which will be hit by Called by the Grave. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Couldn't he use Titanic Galaxy to eat up the Moon Mirror Shield during the battle phase, because if I'm not mistaken, Titanic Galaxy cannot just negate spells, but it can negate the effects of spells. Maybe I'm just wrong about that. Maybe it can't actually, no, it negates. I wonder if maybe he just couldn't use it. It does negate activation. So yeah, I don't know why Titanic Galaxy would not have been able to be used during the time that Moon Mirror Shield was activated. Maybe he just didn't realize it, because I thought the effect veiler would have came into play, but you know, he had Called by the Grave. Anyways, he's going to end up losing the duel. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to look up a ruling on that, but I'm pretty sure Titanic Galaxy would have been able to negate Moon Mirror Shield. He finally just gives up in the duel, and that is ultimately where it's going to end.